In today's market, great products and competitive pricing aren't enough to set you apart. What truly makes a business stand out? Customer experience. Brands prioritize customer experience that don't just survive, they thrive. In fact, 86% of buyers are willing to pay more for a great experience. So, what does it take to create a memorable customer experience that keeps people coming back? Today, we're going to break down the strategies, real world examples, and key takeaways to help you elevate your business. Now, what we're going to cover in this episode is what consumer experience really means and why it matters, the psychology behind customer satisfaction and loyalty, how to map your customer journey for a seamless experience, simple ways to improve customer experience without a huge budget, and real life examples of brands winning with customer experience. Now, as we always like to talk about, this is season 2, episode 19, Customer Experience, the Ultimate Competitive Advantage. And we're going to start with defining what customer experience is and why it matters. First, when we look at defining customer experience is of every touch point a customer has with your brand, from the first ad that they see to the after sales support that they receive. It's not just about service, it's about the emotions and perceptions that shape their overall journey. Now, from a business impact, what we've seen with customer experience is that brands that excel at customer experience grow revenue 1.4 times faster than competitors with poor customer service. Bad experiences drive customers away, as we know that 32% of people stop doing business with a brand just after one bad experience. Now, think about Amazon. Why do people keep coming back? It's the fast shipping, seamless returns, and an easy ordering process. Now, what's fascinating is we've seen the shift from customer service to customer experience. Customer service is reactive, customer experience is proactive. So it's about reducing friction, anticipating needs, and exceeding expectations. For example, Apple doesn't just sell products. They offer a full experience from sleek packaging to in-store support at the Genius Bar. Now, we've talked about this previously, but when it comes to marketing, there's a lot of psychology behind the way things work, what we do, and why we do it, right? So think about the psychology behind customer satisfaction and loyalty. There is a science behind customer retention. We know that people remember how you made them feel more than what you sold them. So what we've seen from research, we do a lot of research when it comes to customer experience, customer satisfaction. We actually saw Ritz-Carlton empowers employees to spend up to $2,000 to wow a guest because they know that a lifelong customer is worth much more. Now, when we look at the role of personalization behind the psychology, we see that customers expect tailored experiences and that 80% of people are more likely to buy from brands that personalize their experience. We talked about this in previous episodes, but Spotify's Wrap feature makes users feel uniquely understood, strengthening their loyalty. Now, something that doesn't get talked about a lot, but there's a couple books that have been written about this, is first impressions and last impressions matter the most. The peak end rule is that customers remember the best and last part of an experience the most. So think about Disney, the way that they set it up. Their magic brands, they actually create frictionless experiences at parks, and their warm farewells leave a lasting impression. So an easy, simplistic view of how Disney is empowering their customers and building good first impressions and last impressions that are going to matter the most. Now, when we look at mapping the customer journey, it's important that we lay this all out for a seamless experience. So first, when we look at mapping the customer journey, we need to understand the key touch points. A customer journey isn't linear. It's a series of moments that shape their perception. So common touch points in this situation would be website experience, first interaction with your brand, purchase process, post-purchase support. Now, we need to identify the pain points and bottlenecks because we need to understand where are customers dropping off and where are they getting frustrated. We've seen Zappos they've seen a huge success. They simplified their checkout process and offered easy returns, which made a large experience for them. Now, we need to also look in the long term about creating a seamless omni-channel experience. Your website, social media, email, and in-store experience should feel consistent and connected. Now, for example, when we look at Starbucks Rewards, the app is actually syncs across mobile, in-store, and online orders, which in the long run, like we talked about previously, creates a frictionless experience for your customer, which is absolutely huge and key. Now, there's a couple ways that we can improve customer service without a huge budget, because as we know, whether you're a small business or a corporation, we need to be very budget efficient when it comes to customer experience. We're looking at a long-term ROI that drives engagement, but at the same time, it's not a very quick turnaround, which can make budgets a little bit more difficult in this situation. So first, we need to look at speed and convenience because they matter more than ever in this digital world. So we see that customers value efficiency more than anything. So what we need to do is we need to invest in faster response times, easy navigation, and automation where it makes sense. The best example here, and I use this quite frequently because our kids love pizza, is the Domino's Pizza Tracker. It's absolutely incredible knowing that we know where our order is at all times, when it gets made, when it's in the oven. Not only does it help from the perspective of understanding when your pizza will be ready, but understanding from perspective of when to leave, when to go get it, because we know that the customer doesn't want to sit at Domino's Pizza waiting on their pizza for 10 minutes. It's a perfect experience when I know that the Domino's is 5 minutes from my house, that when it gets out of the oven, I can head to the Domino's Pizza, and it's ready when I get there without having to wait. But I know it's not going to be cold at the same time. So when we humanize the experience with personal touch points, it actually helps give small businesses a customer experience advantage because they can create deeper relationships. This is something that we talk about with a lot of our small business clients. Sometimes it's easier said than done when we look at big corporations because they have such a big budget. But when we look at small businesses, you have such a big experience from a customer experience perspective to build deeper relationships. And some ideas that we give some clients is follow up personally after a sale, handwritten notes with orders, or thank you emails with a personal touch. And we've seen this, I've actually seen this with some of my friends. Chewy, when they find out that a pet owner loses a pet, they actually send handwritten sympathy cards to those owners, which we've seen turns into lifelong customers, and it builds some viral moments. Now, the third aspect here is we need to look at how we leverage customer feedback for customer experience improvements. Customers are telling you what they want, so are you listening? We encourage all of our businesses, people that we talk to regularly analyze reviews, surveys, and social media comments because those can actually help you make meaningful changes. So what's fascinating is when you look at Netflix, they're actually using AI and viewer feedback to consistently refine recommendations. So what this does in the long run is it helps keep users engaged. Now, as we like to talk about, there's some really great real world examples of brands winning with customer experience that I'd like to highlight. First, I think we all know that this was going to be on there, but Chick-fil-A, they do service that feels personal. Their employees are trained to say my pleasure instead of you're welcome. And this is a simple and small but impactful touch that makes interactions feel special. Now, when we look at Nordstrom, I can never pronounce it properly. They have legendary customer experience, in my opinion, right? So I've even heard of a customer once returning tires to Nordstrom, and even though they don't sell tires, they actually accepted the return. Whether that's true, there's some speculation, but all in all, the legendary commitment to service has built lifelong loyalty. Now, thirdly, Airbnb, they're selling an experience, not just a room, right? So if we think about the hotel experience, you're just essentially buying a room or a little spot. But their Live There campaign emphasized immersive experiences, not just lodging, which shifted the perception of Airbnb from a rental site to an overall travel brand. And as we know, Airbnb can sometimes be a little bit more of a expensive option. But if you think about it from the perspective of people like to cook, they like to build memorable experiences, they want families sitting in the room all together, that drives a lot more engagement than just a hotel room. So, as we're concluding this episode, how do you turn customer experience into competitive edge? Well, first, customer experience isn't just a department, it's a mindset. Consistency, personalization, and convenience drive loyalty. Small businesses can compete by focusing on relationships and human touch points, and investing in customer experience pays off in retention, referrals, and revenue. At the end of the day, customer experience is your brand's reputation. It's what people remember when they think of you, so make it count. Now, the call to action here is I'm curious, what's the best customer experience you've ever had? Let me know in the comments, send me a DM. I'm always curious to find out what people are experiencing and what the best one was. If you found this episode helpful, highly recommend that you subscribe for more marketing insights every week. Come out with episodes every Wednesday, and you won't want to miss it. So thanks for tuning into Club Conversations, where marketing meets strategy and consumer experience takes center stage.